Students, welcome to Aditya classes. Today I am here with some mathematics question which are they going to ask you in the entrance exam for 5th standard, for 6th standard. And the question is, find the difference between the greatest and the smallest 4-digit number formed using all the digits. The digits are 6, 0, 1 and 9. So firstly, we are going to find or form the greatest number and the smallest number. Then finally find the difference. So difference means we are going to subtract the two values, right? So first one, greatest number. The greatest number is 9610. And the least number which we can form using these digits is, so especially they are asking you to form 4-digit number. So by keeping this in mind, the least number which can be formed is 1069. So you may get confused, how come is this possible? Why not it's going to be 0, 1, 6 and 9. So you may ask, ma'am, isn't it a small number? But here it is just 169. 0 got no value here. So for that purpose, they are asking you specifically for 4-digit number. To satisfy that one, I have formed 1069, which is the smallest number. Okay, then finally find the difference. So it's very simple, you know that 10 minus 9, 1, and it's the 1 becomes 0. Again take borrow from 6, it's going to be 10. Again 10 minus 6, 4. So if you observe while cracking the exam, so what you're going to do is that to save the time, because you have very less time, just of 2 hours. So if you observe in this answer, so what am I getting? 1 is first, means 1 is it in unit place, means make sure that in option E also you got 1, option B also 1 is in unit place, and in option D also it is 1, right? So means it is confirmed that C is not our answer. And the next digit, the tens place, it is of 4, and you can see 4 is in option B and option D. So here also option E get filtered, means option A is not our answer. Then the 6 becomes 5. So now 5 minus 0, 5. And finally this is 9 minus 1, 8. So therefore our answer is 8541. The trick only is to save time. If you're very confident, if you know, if you're good at this concept, then you can go through option D directly, because once we get 541, it is only option D. So that's how you're going to save time and do further calculations. Yes, here is the second question. And the question is, in a question of division, if divisor is 12, quotient is 32 and remainder is 8, then the dividend is option A 400, B 392, C 408, D 38. So actually option D is 382. So here they're asking to find the dividend. There is a formula to find the dividend, that is dividend equals divisor into quotient and for this product you're going to add the remainder. So this is what the formula you're going to use to such question. And remember one thing, these questions are compulsory question in your examination. So from your examination point of view, you have to study this and have good knowledge of it, because they are going to ask you the same question with change in numbers. So to find the dividend, let's apply the question. So divisor, so which one is the divisor? The divisor is 21, means 21 into quotient is 32. 21 into 32 plus the remainder 8. See, whatever the questions in mathematics, always we are going to solve them using the method called BODMAS. Never forget this. Wherever you do mathematics, whatever the concept. So always go as per the BODMAS rule. So in this question, of course, BO means brackets open, D means division, then multiplication, followed by addition and the subtraction at last. So here we have no brackets, no division. Then what it is? Here is a multiplication, means first multiply these two. Okay. So if you know table 12, it's going to be a very simple one. So that's why learn at least table till 20 to crack Navodaya exam. Else it's going to be difficult to you. So now 12 twos are 24, 4 to carry, 12 threes are 36, 36 raised to 38. For this add the remainder, means multiplication is done now. And what action is the next? The operation, it is addition. So 384 plus 8, so what is it? Yes, so it is option B, 392. So this is how we are going to solve. So remember, these questions are compulsory questions. Don't neglect. And the third question is prime factorization of 50. See, to do this, it is a very simple concept. Okay, from your point of view, you can do it very simply. First, let me teach you the simple way. So here they ask you for prime factorization, means you're going to do factorization for the number 50, but in the factorization there should be only prime numbers. So by keeping in mind prime numbers, in option A you have 2 into 10. So as you know, 10 is not a prime number, so option A is not our answer, right? Second one, 2 into 5 square, 2 into 5 square. Let me expand this. So what do you get? 2 into 5 into 5. So, 2, 5. So these are prime number. So now I'm multiplying. 2 5s are 10, 10 5s are 50. Is this one satisfies the prime factorization for 50? Therefore, option B. For additional information, let's go to option C. 50 is not a prime number, means not even option C. And finally 25 is also not a prime number. So these numbers are called composite numbers. Here specifically they mentioned only prime factorization, means only prime number. So not even option D, it's our option B. And how to do the prime factorization? So this is a long method. Okay, so prime factorization I'm doing. So this is the short method and that's the long answer if you want. Long answer. So let's do prime factorization for this using only prime numbers, right? So 50 you can use, of course 2 comes in a factorization of, and 5. If you take 5, 5, 5 tens are 50, again 5 2s are 10, finally 2 1s are 2. So these are the numbers. This is what. So therefore 50 is equal to 5 into 5 into 2, because 5 is multiplying twice. So we are going to write it as 5 square into 2, or what do you have in the option? It is 2 into 5 square. Both are same. Okay, do you understand? Yes. The fourth one. Which of the following is always a factor of every prime number? So again, it's the concept of prime number, and this question is based on theory, and you should know that 1 is the factor of every prime number. So for your information, I'm teaching again. So prime numbers are the numbers which gets divisible only by 1 and itself. Say for example, 3. 3 ones are 3, right? Yeah, 3 ones are 3. It got factors 3 and 1. The factors 3 and 1. And 7. sorry, five ones are five, the factors are 5 and 1, like 13 ones are 13, again the factors are 13 and 1. So these are the prime numbers. This comes only in that table, not in any other table. So if you see this pattern, you can say 1 is in common, means 1 is what? The common factor for every prime number. So option D. Yes, here is the fifth question. If 20.25 by 1.5 equals 13.5, then find 2.025 by 15. This is also a compulsory question. They're going to ask you. Okay, so this is asking since many years. Even I also wrote this question. I also solved this one. See, firstly, let me teach you the short way. So one is smart answer, what I called the smart answering method, and the another is long answer. Long answer. So here for your smart answer, the question is 20.25 by 1.5 is equal to 13.5. If 20.25 by 1.5 makes 13.5, then find 2.025 by 15. Okay, so let me teach you smartly. If you observe, it's a trick I'm using since long. And this is not applicable to all questions. There are few exceptions also. So in that case, I will teach you if such questions come. So if you observe, in 20.25, we have two decimal point. In 1.5, I got just one decimal point. Just subtract 2 from 1. So what do you get? 2 minus 1, 1. That's why to the answer, put decimal after just one number. If you follow this pattern, see here also the numbers are same, 2025, here also 2025 by 1.5 by 1 and 5. Means in answer also it is going to be 135, means the digits are 135. So if you observe, in this the denominator 15 has no decimal point, but in the numerator you have 2.025. So how many decimal points are there? 1, 2 and 3. Means here no subtraction. So just in our answer it is going to be decimal before 3 digits. 1, 2, 3. 0.0. So our answer is 0.135. Option A. So as per the long answer method, what you're going to do? 0. Okay. So 2.025 by 15. And you know well decimal shifting. If you shift the decimal, then you're going to write it as 2025 by, because we are shifting 3 decimal point, put 3 zeros to 15. If you divide 2025 by 15, you get the answer 0.135. The division takes place, so that's why it's long answer. So instead you just go for the smart answer. Sixth question. The sum of 3.003, 0.33 and 3.3 and 33.3003. 3.003, 0.33, 3.3, 33.3003. What are they asking? They're asking you to find the sum. See, if you write the place value in a proper way, you can add now itself. It's not going to be a big headache. Okay, you can make it very simple way. Or if you get confused, only if you get confused, you can put zeros wherever you got no numbers. So remember one thing, if you put zeros in the decimal point, it won't give you any difference. Now let me add it. 3, 0, 3, 3, 9 point, sorry, 9, 3. So now let me read it in a proper way. It is 39.93303. So option A. So here is the seventh question, and the question is 8 plus 8 by 100 plus 8 by 1000 plus 8 by 10,000 is equal to. So children, if you have, and the options are 8.0808, 8.0008, 8.8808, 8.0888. Okay, so it's a very interesting concept, and it is a very simple one also if you understand well, because I'm going to teach you in a very short way. Okay, so here they are asking, you're going to add 8, then 8 by 100 to this 8 by 1000, finally 8 by 10,000. So here, this is a fraction form. This is a fraction form. Let me convert this into decimal form so that the addition becomes very easy. So here in the numerator, you can say just wait, just 8, right? But in denominator, it is 100. In 100, you got two zeros. So that's why in a simple way, there should be two decimal points in our answer. So 8 is already there. There is no another number. So put a 0 before 8, then the point. So that's what two zeros means, two decimal point. So before point, you can put 0. So it's nothing but 8 by 100 means 0.08. Okay. Then 8 by 1000. So here also, whatever it is in numerator, for example, if you have 471 by 1000, so what you're going to do? So write the numbers which are there in the numerator. Remember, this trick applicable only if there is 10 or 100 and 1,000, 10,000. Only such numbers. It should be the power of 10. So only these numbers, this trick applies. If it is 200 or 300, it is not going to applicable. Okay. So here in 1000, I got three zeros, means there should be three decimal points in the decimal answer. So 1, 2, 3, put a point, then 0. So therefore 471 by 1000 is equal to 0.471. So in the same manner, in 1000 I got three zeros, means three decimal points, right? So 8 is already there. 1020. So my three decimal points are completed. So therefore 8 by 1000 means 0.008. In the same manner, I hope you got it now. So 8. So how many decimal points are there? There should be 4 decimal points. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Put a point and 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros, 4 decimal points. So now addition becomes very easy. Alright. So let's arrange it in a proper way. So 8 is going to be 8 only. 8 plus what? In place of 8 by 100, I'm going to write 0.08. Yes, instead of 8 by 1000, what we are going to write? 0.008. Finally, in place of 8 by 10,000, I'm going to write 0.0008. Now let's add 8, 8, 8, what? 0.8. So therefore, which is our answer? Yes, it is option D. Yes, in this question, they have asked for the simplest fraction form of 60.25. In the last question, I have converted fraction into decimal number. Here, we are going to do vice versa, means we are going to convert the decimal numbers into fraction. So this is also very simple. Firstly, write first write whatever the digits are there, means 6025 by 1. See, after 1, how many decimal points are there? There are 2. So that's why after 1, simply put 2 zeros. So this is how we convert decimals into fraction. So what next? The simplified form of this fraction. So if you observe this fraction, we got 5 and 0, means it is confirmed that these numbers are divisible by 5. So that's how we are going to apply divisibility rule. So now let's divide by 5. So keep in mind the table 5. Okay, so keep in mind. So firstly, 5 twos are 10. Okay, so what next? 0. 5 zeros are 0. That's what. 5 zeros are 0. Finish. So divide in the same manner. Here is 6. 5 ones are 5. 6 minus 5, 1 is write it in short before 0. Now consider this as 10 just like you do it in the long division method. 5 twos are 10. So what is the next number? 2. 2 won't get divisible by 5. So we want the next number, right? For that, what we are going to do? Put a 0 after 2. Now consider this as 25. 5 fives are 25. So what is the new fraction? 1205 by 20. Again, these numbers ends with 5 and 0, means it is simple. This is divisible by 5. 5 fours are 20. So what we got in the denominator? 4. For only option A we got 4. So it's very simple. The answer is option A. You don't need to complete if you're good enough with this concept, especially by cutting method. Else you go for further more verification. So for that, 1 won't get divisible by 5. So consider the next number, means it's going to be 12. So just like we did in the earlier way, it's going to be 5 twos are 10. 12 minus 10, 2. Now it's 20. 5 fours are 20. 5 ones are 5. So this is what, no doubt at all, it is 241 by 4. So this is what the simplified form of the 60.25. Option A. This is a question of addition only, but here you should know some units like millimeter, milliliter, and liter. So that's why they give you these questions. The question is 20 bottle of milk, each of 150 ml, and 25 bottles of water, each of 100 ml, are poured into a jug. The total liquid in the jug in liter is, means you are going to mention that in liter. So firstly, if you observe, there are 20 bottles of milk, each with 150 ml, means 150 into 20. So that's what the milk count. Then 25 bottles of water, each with 100 ml. 100 into 25 or 25 into 100. So firstly multiply these two. See, in multiplication, I teach you very simple way. If you get zeros at last, skip these two zeros, right? It saves time because we have very less time in the exam, just 2 hours. So put zeros aside, multiply 2. 15 twos are 30. How many zeros are kept aside? 2 zeros. Add these 2 zeros after 30. It makes 3000, means multiplication becomes very simple one, right? For the same way, skip these 2 zeros at first. 25 ones are 25. How many zeros are put aside? 2 zeros. And what are they asking for in the question? You're going to find total. If they give you total, you're going to simply add the value. The first value 3000, second value 2500. So remember, 150 is in ml and 100 also is in ml, means these two answers also is in milliliter, but you're going to write answer in liter. So add it now. 0, 0, 5 and 5, 5,500 milliliter. So one thing you should know that every 1000 ml counts 1 liter. Therefore, it's very simple. Then what about 5,500 ml? How much liter is that? It's very simple. It is 5.5 liter. Still you get confusion. So do it in a simple way. Make it 5,500 by 1000 because we are converting it into liter, and 1000 ml makes 1 liter. So now see, in a simple way, right? 5,500, convert the fraction into decimal. In 1000 we got 3 zeros, means there should be decimal after the 3 numbers. This is nothing but 5.5 liter because I'm converting it to liter. Therefore our answer C. The last question in this session. Prabhu left his home at 11:30 a.m. to meet his friend. He walked for 25 minutes, traveled in a cab for 1 hour, and then walked for 15 minutes to reach his friend's home. He stayed there for 2 hours 10 minutes and reached his home 5:30 p.m. How much time did it take on the return journey? So here you're going to add all the time so that you can finally calculate the time he took to the return journey. Okay, so firstly, um, observe. So he left his home at 11:30 a.m. Okay, so it starts from 11:30 and he walked for 25 minutes. Right, 25 minutes. Then add this with, so what time he took in the cab. He traveled for 1 hour, again walked for 15 minutes, and he stayed there for 2 hour 10 minutes. Okay, and finally he reached home at 5:30 p.m. So what we are going to do? Firstly, add all this time he took to go to his friend's home and the time he stayed there. Okay, so first let me add this for you. 2 hour plus 1 hour makes 3 hour. Keep the 3 hour aside. Now 25 minutes plus 15 minutes makes it 40 minutes. 40 minutes plus 10, 50 minutes means the total of all this gets 3 hour 50 minutes. So this is what the time he took to go and to stay there. So now the next step is we are going to add 3 hour 50 minutes to 11:30 a.m. Just add 3 hour 50 minutes. But remember, we are going to use 12-hour pattern. What is it? 12-hour pattern. Only in railway station you can see 24-hour pattern. So for 11:30 a.m. adding 3 hour means 11, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. Okay, and for 2:30 add this 50 minutes. For 2:30 it is 1 hour makes 3:30, so less just 10 minutes. So what you get? 11, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 2:30. For the 2:30 add 50 minutes, so you get 3:20. 3:20 p.m. This is what you get. And finally, at what time he reached back his home? He reached at 5:30 p.m. So now calculate the time gap between 3:20 to what? 5:30 p.m. It's very simple. 3:20, 420, 520. So 520 and here it is 530 means the time gap for these two is 2 hour 10 minutes. So option D. So children, study all this question. So majority in this question they are going to ask you in the same pattern using different numbers. So keep an eye on this. If you want to get select, concentrate more on this question and definitely I will bring you many more questions like this in future. Study well.